think I might be live. Yay! Hi, guys. It's Barb here from Sheridan, Wyoming on a Friday night. Not my normal night to be live for sure, but it must be, let's see, 4 p.m. Oops, I got excited. 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 Mountain, 6 Central, 7 Eastern, and yay! Last night, I had such a stressful time. I could not connect. It had to be a YouTube problem. I know other people that go live on Thursdays also had problems. So it wasn't me, thank goodness. And Lord knows I tried everything. As you guys know, I kept kind of updating you about everything about I'm trying this, nothing. And the crazy thing is that while I was trying to get on, I was messaging Dina and Kelly too. And I was like, you guys, what can I try? And she's doing some Googling and all this kind of stuff. And she comes back and she says, well, I can go live. And I'm like, what? And so I'm thinking it's got to be my problem, And then Dina says, I can't go live. So then we were starting to think maybe it's kind of like a geographical thing because, I'm in Wyoming, Dina's in Iowa, and Kelly's in Florida. So maybe it was like a geographical blackout in, Dina and I's area. So I don't know. Anyways, I'm so excited to be here, you guys. Yay. No glitches. And it's a beautiful day outside. We had 6 inches of snow this morning. Now the sun's out. So it's all good. So yay. All right. So some of you guys, thank you guys for coming back. And I think we might even have some new people on here tonight that don't normally watch me on a Friday because I don't think I've ever been live on a Friday, honestly. The whole time I've been doing lives, I've never been live on a Friday. Unless it was for Stamp Happy Academy, probably, but not a public live. So this is kind of fun. And I have the same projects that I was going to have last night. There's one that I'm not totally sold on, but Thursday is my day to design for my live. Friday, I do other things. So I didn't have time. I didn't want to take the time to do anything else with it. I thought we're just going to go with it. So anyways, I hope you guys had a great week. Last week when I was here, I had a psycho looking eye because I had it dilated. Next week, I'll be getting my eye lasered to get rid of the cloudiness in the capsule that my fake cataract lens is in. So that'll be fun. So I'm planning on being live. I don't think it's going to be any big deal. They didn't say anything to me about, that I have to do anything or that I can't do anything. So anyway, Tracy says Friday's the day that she can watch live. So yay. So that actually worked out pretty good then. Some of you, hopefully those of you that normally watch me on Thursday can still watch me on Friday. So I hope so. So I have a couple of fun stories. Number one is my son is in Alaska. He is visiting a friend that he graduated with. It's a girl, but she has a boyfriend. So, they're just friends. So my son and his friend and her brother all flew to Alaska on Monday. So he's been in Alaska since Monday. He's been sending me some pictures and whoa, that is a beautiful place. I knew it was beautiful. I had been there on a cruise. I knew it was beautiful. I hadn't ever been. He's in Anchorage. I'd never been to Anchorage. We had done like the Sitka, Ketchikan, Juneau cruise where you're just, on the outside edge there. Anyway, are you on the outside edge? No, you must be on the inside passage. Anyway, it's beautiful there. So he's been sending me some pictures. He's having a really good time. He tried some whale and the gal took a little video of that and she sent it to me and it's so funny. He gags. So my husband and I had watched that over and over and over and laughed our heads off of him gagging eating whale. So there you go. My other fun little story, not really fun. I'm going to Norway in May with my daughter and it's a Stampin' Up trip. And I needed a passport. My passport expired. So I had to go into our passport office and apply for a passport. Fine. I've done it before, no big deal. So I go in there February 6th and I apply for my passport. The lady that's in there is talking to me about, do I want to expedite? And I'm like, I don't know. Do I? And she's like, well, no. She goes, right now, I think it was like 8 to 11 weeks at that time, which was February 6th. So even at 11 weeks, I should have it. And so all she said was, oh, no, you'll be fine. You don't need to expedite. I'm like, okay, that saves me $60. Yay, I'll put that towards the fun on my trip. So she sends my stuff in. they cashed my check on the 13th of February. And that's all you find. You can go to something called passport status, and you can find out the status of your passport. You got to put in some information, and then it'll tell you. And mine was blank for like a month. It was blank, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? Why is my passport not processing? You cashed my check on the 13th of February. What's up? So finally, it shows up that it was received by them on March 3rd. And I'm thinking, no, it was received by you before February 13th, because that's when my check cleared my bank. Well, apparently that's how they do it. They take your money immediately, and then they put your stuff in a process, and then when they get around to starting it, then that's your received date. So now I'm looking at 8 to 11 weeks on the 3rd of March. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. That's cutting it way, way too close. So I'm thinking, well, what can I do? Do I just wait? I don't know what to do. So I log in again to see the status of my passport again, and now it's 10 to 14 weeks. But if you already had your passport in the system, you got, mine was 8 to 11 weeks. It's still 8 to 11 weeks. So I'm like, that's not going to work. I got to figure out how to do something about this. Well, you can call them on the phone and request to change it to expedited, and of course pay the fee. I'm like, fine, I am happy to do that. So I call them last Friday. I call starting around noon. It's busy. I call 4, 5, 6, 7 times between noon and 4:30. Busy. I'm just like, oh my gosh, what the heck? Finally, I try to call again. It's about 4:45. It's ringing. And I'm thinking, oh, yay, it's ringing. I'm gonna get some service here. No, you don't. You get a computer that answers, you put in some information, and then you get put into the queue. At that point in time, at just before 5 o'clock my time, the queue was more than 1.5 hours. And I'm like, well, I have to wait because I need to try to expedite this thing, So I'm waiting. According to the website, it says they close at 10 p.m. Eastern, which is 8 o'clock my time. So it's 5 o'clock my time. I've got 3 hours. So I make dinner. I go through the whole rigmarole. Every 10 or 15 minutes, a computer comes on and says, your wait time is more than 1.5 hours. And it kept saying that and kept saying that and kept saying that. And it's like 7:15 finally. And by this time, I've already changed phones because my battery on my phone doesn't last that long. Thank goodness we have 3 phones. So I'm on phone number 2. Finally, at about, 7:10, the computer says your wait time is more than 1 hour. And I'm like, oh, that's good news, except that they close at 8 and it's a little after 7. So this is going to be cutting it close. And I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm just going to stay on here as long as I can. I'm assuming at 8 o'clock, they're just going to cut the whole thing off and I'm going to have to start all over tomorrow, the next day. Well, they don't. So it's after 8. And then I'm getting to you more than 30 minutes. It's 8:30, 20 minutes. It's 8:45, 11 minutes. Finally, a guy answers after I've been on hold for 4 hours. He was very nice, very helpful, not in a bad mood at all, which I can't imagine. I think I would have been in a bad mood if I was him. But anyways, he was super helpful. He, of course, told me there's no guarantees, but that I could buy expedited processing, which would cut it to 6 to 9. And I can actually put in a date that I would like to have my passport. I'm like, okay, I'd like it by May 5th. Thinking, okay, whatever. Then you can also pay another $20 for them to ship it to you fast, because their normal shipping, according to them, takes 2 weeks. And I'm thinking, what do you mean it takes 2 weeks? Washington, D.C. to Sheridan, Wyoming, maybe 5 days. Fine. Chalk me up another $20 because I got to have this thing. I got to have it or I can't go. So we'll see. They processed my payment and my status now says expedited. So who knows? That's 4 hours of my life I'll never get back. So I thought you guys might find that interesting. If you need a passport, don't delay. Get your application in there because it's crazy right now. Anyways, I'm going to check the comments and see if anybody's got anything exciting to say. We've got some people that are doing some eye surgeries, cataract surgery, piece of cake. I've had 2. It's a piece of cake. Just a lot of you guys are saying hello. Let's see, Mama Owl. I don't know who you are. but says, I'm still waiting for mine from February 2nd. So yours was received February 2nd. That's crazy. I think Kelly's mom, hers was received February 6th, and she's still waiting. So we've got Kelly's mom, me, and Dina's daughter. We are all waiting for our passports. So we need our passports. Oh, Stacy. Hi, Stacy. I recognize your name. So anyways, you guys, that's what's going on around here. Snow, waiting for passports, and my kid has gone to Alaska. So there it is. All right. That's all the stories I have until, of course, I decide I have another story. Oh, I guess the other story is Color Refresh. Hello. Was announced on Wednesday. We are retiring 15 colors, meaning that we are going to have 15 different colors in our color palette. Some are returning, some are brand new. I'm not going to get into the new colors because we can't order those for another month. So we're going to talk about retiring stuff. So, all right. Ooh, somebody said their son is in Japan. Ooh, that's a long ways away. That's farther than Alaska. Yeah, farther. Hopefully he's doing well there. Okay. And Stacy says, Mama Owl, because my daughter is a gamer on Twitch. Oh, she wants to protect my identity. That is awesome. I like that. Okay, let us go ahead and switch the camera. Get it in the base here. We will get... Christine says, I applied in January for when I got it in March 7th. You know, what I found on their website is that right now apparently is a super busy time for people looking for passports. If I had been thinking, but I didn't know I was going to go to Norway until in February. I decided that I was going to go. So if I had decided earlier, I would probably already have my passport, but I didn't. So now I'm sitting here waiting and hating every minute of this waiting. So yay for you, Christine. I'm glad you got yours. Okay, you guys. Here is the retiring colors. Yay. So exciting. We've got softs. Okay, obviously, these four are in colors that we have right now. We knew they were retiring. It's not a shock. The only one that's not on this list is Fresh Freesia. So Freesia is a carryover color. So it was in this group of in colors. It will be a regular color with the new catalog. So we've got Soft Succulent, Evening Evergreen, Pale Papaya, Polished Pink. We knew about that. Mint Macaron, Mango, Bermuda Bay, Pacific Point, Blushing Bride, Rich Razzleberry, Pear Pizzazz, So Saffron, Mary Merlot, Soft Suede, and Sahara Sand. Those colors are retiring. Now, with the release of the Color Refresh, we also had the retiring lists come out for both the annual catalog and the mini catalog. The initial list that Stampin' Up! Put out is pretty awful to read. It's very small. It's got French sets in there. Nothing against French-speaking people, but me and my customers don't speak French. So I have taken a file that was shared by my friend Deb, and I have revamped it even a little bit farther because I like things a certain way. I'm anal. I have loaded those onto my blog at barbstamps.com. So if you are looking for some easy, readable, retiring lists with the discounts, you'll find them on my blog at barbstamps.com. Now, discounts don't start until April 4th. You can look at the lists, you can see what you need, what you want, and then you can place your orders April 4th for stuff that's discounted. You can order anything you want right now. Anything that's on the retiring list, you can order it right now, but you won't get a discount. So now what I'm saying that for is because some of these items for these retiring colors, ink refills, blends, cardstock, these things are going to sell out. The minute Stampin' Up! Releases this list, people go crazy buying these things and they're going to sell out. Some of these, I don't know what, but some of these things are going to sell out. And I hate it when people come to me sad because they didn't get what they needed. I can't do anything about it. I don't hoard any of this stuff. I have my own stuff. That's it. So if you want the things, you need to get them ordered, and I suggest you do it quickly. Okay, that's all about that. The retiring list, we're going to be using some retiring products tonight on the cards that I'm going to share with you. So, of course, I'm sure you figured that out. And we'll just keep going here with the rest of the updates. So I do have my mystery grab bags that are ready to go for people that order from me, a minimum order of $75 or more. That is product total. The 75 can't count your shipping and tax. So if it's $75 or more between March 23rd and April 3rd, this is the day before demonstrators can order from the new catalog, I'll give you a mystery grab bag. And of course, the bigger the order, the bigger the bag. And you know what? I have this host code here. It's wrong, I think. Yes. I'm pretty sure if that one doesn't work, use this one. And if you can't use the host code, it's fine. I will add it for you after the fact. I don't like to do that, but I will if I have to. So here is another host code that you could use. I can't remember. One of them I closed out today. One of them I didn't. Okay. My PDF tutorial library. I have some class kits on sale, you guys. So get to my store, barbstamps.com/shop, and you will see all of the PDFs and class kits that I have on sale. Not everything. Some things are, some things aren't. Obviously, some of the things I have more than others, so that's why they're on sale. And there you go. Class kit sale. My country bouquet kit. I have a couple of those left. My around the bend, I think I have 4. That's my class from last month or this month, March. The Pedal Park class, I think I have 3. This is kind of a sneak peek of what the cards look like. Really awesome. The best butterflies. I believe this stuff is retiring. So if you need a class to go with your retired items, I'm here to help you. And you know what? I'm not positive, but on my list, I did separate everything out, like I said. And the stamp sets I put in alphabetical order because it's easier for me to deal with that. Best Butterfly stamp set is not on sale. What are those dies called? Build a Butterfly. They're going to be 50% off. So there you go. Just wanted to throw that out there. I do have some of those. I have some pretty pop-ups. I think these dies are sold out. So hopefully you guys have the dies and you can get the class. Actually, I will have one set after the catalog because it's mine and we can work that out. Stamp Happy Academy. I'm going to be live there on Tuesday evening. So those of you that are live or premium members, you'll be able to see me there live, having some fun with some techniques and some card layouts and color combos and fun folds and all kinds of fun stuff. Adhesive kits, I still have them for sale. Always do, always will. They come in these cute little pouches if you're interested. And I do have Adorable Owls class 1 or 2. And then the Alpha Best 1 or 2. And then the Fresh Cut Flowers. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that because I am going to use that today in my projects. And I have this kit on sale for, I think, $33. So pretty inexpensive. And the dies and the stamps are on sale. Well, I mean, the dies are already on the clearance rack. The stamp set's going to be on sale starting Tuesday. So you can get a die set and a stamp set for like $25. It's pretty cheap. Anyways, we'll talk about it. Okay, let me get the stuff for my first project. What's it going to be? Let's go this. Okay. I decided to use the sequins dies. I think I've only used them 2 or 3 other times, you guys. Seriously, I can't believe that that's all I've used them, but they're going to be 60% off. So you can get this set of sequins dies for $9.20. That's crazy. They're also retiring our pearls. Can you believe that? Our beautiful pearls that have been around for, oh my gosh, probably almost as long as I've been a demonstrator, which is going to be 20 years next month. Yeah. And then the Celebrating You stamp set, which is also leaving, but is not discounted. So what I did was I took the sequins dies and some of our retiring colors. We've got some pear, the polished pink, we've got the Pacific Point, we've got the mango and the Bermuda Bay. And I die cut a bunch of sequins out of those colors. And I'm going to use that on my card. So what better color to use when you have a bunch of color than black? So we're going to use black. So we just got a black card base. I cut this to 4 1/4 by 11. And then I just folded it in half. So it's your standard 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I have a couple of strips for my sentiment. I have two because I have found that if I have two, usually my first one looks good and then I don't have to use the other one. But if I only have one, then I'll mess it up. So this is a 3/4 by 3 1/4 inch piece of white. And then I have a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of white for the inside. So this is kind of what I was thinking as far as how I wanted to add my sequins. I just thought I would throw a whole bunch of them kind of like down here in the corner just because I think that might be kind of fun. So let's just see. What do we want here? I'm going to go with some of the large ones and some of the not so large ones. Maybe that one. Got some Facebook action going on here behind me. That, how about, well, you know what? I think I'm just going to start throwing them on, like gluing them down, and then we'll just keep adding. So I've got a polished pink large sequin here, and I'm just going to sort of start by adding it right here. And then, actually, I think I want a little bit smaller pear pizzazz, so we'll go with this. And like that. We have a smaller mango, and I'm actually going to tuck that underneath here, like that. This Pacific Point, we might also tuck this underneath if we can. I think we can, since the glue hasn't really been, it's not set, then we should be able to play around with it a little bit. So I don't know, I have to ask, have you guys used this bundle, or not bundle? This is a standalone set of dies. Does anybody have it? Has anybody used it? I don't know. When they first came out, I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I need those. But then, I don't know. I guess I had so many other things to use that these just never got used, which is always a bummer when you have that happen, because it's not that I don't like it or didn't want to use it. Maybe I bought too much stuff. No, that could not be the problem. There's no way that's happened. No way. So anyways, we're going to use them now. And I mean, if you guys don't have them and there's something that you like for $9 and what did I say, 60 cents or something like that, that's crazy. Okay, I'm going to stop at this for just a moment while I do my stamping here. So I'm going to bring in some Memento. And then I did pull one of the stamps out of the word set. And this is one that I can color in. So this is going to be kind of fun. All right, we're going to try to center it. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. It just depends. Well, I think that worked out pretty good. Well, you guys are talking about the colors that are sad to go. I know, Mary, Bermuda Bay is one of my faves too. Soft Succulent and Evening Evergreen. I have definitely been using those as well. So I feel you. I feel you, you guys. All right, so we are going to color in this word, the word wonderful. And we're going to start with the W. And I'm going to go with the polished pink marker. And now I'm going to try to do a good job here, but since the angle of the camera is a little bit different than my eyeballs, it might not work out so great, but we're going to try. We're going to try to keep it in the lines. I've got the brush end here. And I feel like if I had some bifocals, that would be super helpful. Well, I mean, I do have bifocals. I mean, readers. But the problem still is I need to have the piece of paper in the view for you guys. And so that kind of puts it out of my area of seeing. So it is what it is, and it'll still be fine. And it's going to look super cute because who doesn't love multiple colors on a word? Seriously. All right, we're going to come over here and get the U. So you can sort of see what we're doing here. We're just using all the colors, trying to anyway. Oh, whoops. I got the blue, but I don't want the blue next. I want the blue here. So we're only going to have one Pacific Point letter. And now we've got the pear, which I'm actually, out of all the colors, I'm probably the most sad about pear. I really use pear pizzazz a lot when I need a green for like leaves or something. I just really like it. It's like Old Olive is a little bit too much. And so the pear pizzazz, I just really like it a lot. All right, so we have our word colored. Then I'm going to pull out the Lovely Labels punch, and we're going to do some punching on the end here. I like this end here. So I'm going to slide that in. Since my little piece of paper is 3/4 of an inch, it should be the perfect size. Oh, Margaret says she is driving through the mountains in West Virginia and it is rainy and misty. I heard there's going to be some nasty weather in the Midwest coming up. So yeah, those of you guys that are in that area, be safe because I feel like it's going to be really nasty. Okay, so now we are going to add our sentiment here to over the top of our fun little doohickeys. And I'm going to do that with some dimensionals. And let's see, I think I was using some dimensionals last week. Can you believe this, guys? I have not stamped since I was live last week. Yeah, there are just some weeks I'm trying to do my taxes. I had this passport problem. So many things. Okay, we are going to do this. So cute. Oh my gosh, someone said Arkansas just had a tornado. That is terrible. That is one thing that we really don't have. Well, we don't have a lot of things in Wyoming. We don't have hurricanes. We don't have tornadoes. We don't usually have like, what is it, like polar vortexes and weird stuff like that. We don't usually get that kind of stuff here. We just get a lot of snow in the winter. We get some heat in the summer. But we've been getting hammered this year by snow, so... All right, I feel like I'm going to put a little bit up here, a few of these. We'll see. I might ruin it. I hope not. But we're going to see what we got here. I'm kind of cheating. I kind of lined this out yesterday, and so I'm kind of cheating, looking at my little cheater here. Ooh, Donna says she's going to buy refills of all the colors because, yes, I mean, as you guys probably have heard, or maybe if you haven't, there is going to be some price increases in the catalog. I mean, honestly, I'm not surprised. Every time you turn around, things are going up in price, and Stampin' Up! Honors their pricing for a full year. They're not like Walmart, where every day Walmart can change their pricing. Stampin' Up! Doesn't do that, so... they do it yearly, usually, if they're going to do it, and they are going to be doing that again. So just be aware that that's happening. Yeah. Okay, I hope I didn't ruin that. What do you guys think? Did I ruin that? I feel like this is crooked too, because, me, and I can't ever see. So I need to lift that up a little bit. Try that one more time. So I'm going to add some seal to that, and then we're going to change this about like so. Okay, so then for the inside, I already have that done. I went ahead and stamped another one of those fun sentiments out of this set. I love how you can color some of these in. Added a few of the little sequins around it, and now we're just going to adhere it to the inside. And then I haven't decided. I think I'm going to add some pearls to the outside. We shall see. Oh, I must have cut this to a different size. Weird. Well, whatever. I must have, because there it is. Okay. Pearls. I have a lot of pearls that I colored them with Starry Sky, I feel like, here a couple weeks ago. But Starry Sky doesn't really match, I don't think. Let's see. If I was to stick that on there, does it match? No. It's too dark, too. You can't really see it. We're just going to go with, like, white. Ooh, Jan says it's really thundering. Sandy says she's under a heavy snow watch until 1 o'clock in Wisconsin. Ugh, yuck, you guys. Not a fan. My husband came home yesterday for lunch, and he said that a guy that he works with heard or saw on some weather app that he has that we were potentially going to get, like, 12 to 20 inches of snow next Tuesday. I don't know. Oh my gosh, Mary, yes, I've heard about that. We have a lot, and I'm sure we're not the only place. I mean, think of the, Sierra Nevadas where they've got, 50 feet of snow. The poor wildlife is just suffering tremendously. So it's a sad thing. All right, guys, I hope you like that. I thought it was just kind of fun, just a way to use color. And you could do this with like circle dies, circle punches, whatever you might have. And I have a bunch more in here, so I could make a few more cards if I wanted to. Which it's not that I don't want to, it's just that we don't have time for that today. We've got other cards to make today. So we need to clean up a bit, get our next bucket, and move on. All right, so I told you I was going to talk a little bit more about this when I got to this card. So let me do that. So I wanted to talk about the Fresh Cut Flowers. So here's the Fresh Cut Flowers stamp set. This is a stamp set in the catalog, the big catalog right now. And then a few months ago, they brought in a set of dies to coordinate with it. This was called the Perfect Partners promotion. And I don't feel like it got as much love as it really should have. And unfortunately, the promotion ended and they had a bunch of these dies left over from this set and other sets that were in the promotion. And they have discounted them. Look at that, 40% off. So this set of dies is $13.60. Crazy. The stamp set's going to be $8.80 when the discounts start on Tuesday. So look at how cheap you can get a set of dies and a set of stamps. I mean, wow. And so I did a class, my Fresh Cut Flowers class, and I have a few of these kits left over. You get the cardstock pre-cut to make 8 cards, 2 each of 4 designs. You get some ribbon, another roll of ribbon, envelopes, designer series paper, heart pearls, all in this kit. And I think I have the kit reduced to like $33 or $35. You can add the bundle if you don't have it. Oh, I'm calling it a bundle. It's not really a bundle. It's the dies and the stamps, but you can add that also if you need to. I think the link to this class is in the description of this video. If it's not, you can go to my barbstamps.com/shop and order it there. I'm going to show you the cards that we did in the class because I have to say they're pretty amazing if I do say so myself. Here are the cards. Super pretty, lots of fun. I just used all the different elements that were in the dies and the stamps. I tried to use everything that was in there. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that. And I would love to get rid of these class kits. So there you go. Help me out a little bit. So in addition to the Fresh Cut Flowers and the Fresh Cut Stems dies, we're going to be using the Plentiful Plants stamp set only because I want to use this sentiment here. A little note with biggest thanks, because I love, and I know we've talked about this a few weeks ago, I am a huge fan of multiple fonts in a sentiment. Some of you guys hate that, and I get it. We all like what we like. I particularly do like it. I love the various fonts. Like we have like some Arial font here with some script. I just think it's cool. So, but I understand some of you don't like it, and that's totally fine. We all like different things, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I'm also going to be using the Design a Daydream. This is the Host Designer Series paper that you can get right now if you host, quote unquote, a party or workshop, or just place a large order. I don't judge. So if your order, party, workshop is $150 or more, you can purchase this paper with your host rewards. It's a 12 by 12 pack, 48 sheets for $18 of host money. So it's pretty cool. So I chose this pattern here as a little goodbye to mint macaron. So we're going to be using that today. And we've got an inside piece and we've got some outside pieces. I've got an envelope that's going to go on the envelope. Okay, so what I have here is an envelope and a piece of Designer Series paper. I have, I think, a 1 3/4 by something. Yes, 1 3/4 by 4, which I'm going to have to cut that down because I decided yesterday to change my layer size. My layer size is 3 7/8 in length, and so I'm going to go ahead and just trim this off really quickly to 3 7/8. Now I do have to give a little shameless plug. This is a trimmer that Stampin' Up! Offered to new demonstrators a couple years ago during Celebration. We don't have it available anymore. We don't sell it. You can't get it free. But I did find basically the same kind of trimmer on Amazon. And if you're interested in just a cute little desktop trimmer, it's compact, it's tiny, it makes nice clean cuts, and it doesn't take up very much room. So I do have it linked below in the description of this video in my Amazon store. I have a lot of different things in my Amazon store. Honestly, I also have something called my crafty favorites that takes you to my blog and shows you all kinds of things that Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell, but that I use in my crafting just to make my crafting better, easier, more convenient, what have you. Okay, so our piece of paper is now 3 7/8. That's what we needed it to be. Okay. Then I have a piece of Sahara Sand retiring, but it looks so good with mint macaron. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue these things together. So I'm gluing the DSP to the layer of white right here at the bottom. Okay. Oh, goodness. You know what? I think I should be okay. Because I did die cut this piece. This is one of the pieces in the die set. It's a border piece. And isn't that just the coolest thing ever? I just love this. And so I should have put this on my designer series paper first. But as you guys know, Barb always has to make everything difficult. And so we are going to instead tuck it under the piece of designer series paper because we have to, because I screwed up. So I'm just going to push it over to the edge. And then I want just a little bit below the diamonds to show. I think that is about what I'm looking for. Okay, and then we're just going to trim off that excess. There we go. Looks like my DSP is a skosh. And when I say a skosh, I mean a skosh. That's my mom's word. A skosh too long. Okay, we're going to add that to the layer of Sahara Sand. So we're basically going to get this whole card ready, and then we're going to do some stamping and coloring. Okay. So, and I cut this. So my white layer is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And so then my Sahara Sand layer is 4 by 5 1/4. And then our card base, obviously, 5.5 by 8.5, folded in half. And then I'm going to add this to the card with dimensionals. And I just am getting so close to using up this final, the final bits on here. Oops, I cannot get that off. I need better fingernails, I think, is part of the problem here. Okay, always put one in the middle because we don't like things to sag. And that way it will help it not to sag into the middle. All right, let's see if I can center this. Chances are no, but we're going to give it a try. All right, so I hope you guys have fun plans for the weekend. I mean, obviously not you guys that are going to be hunkering down for storms, because you're going to be hunkering down for storms. Hopefully you've gone to the grocery store and gotten everything you need to stock up for. I have not, but ours isn't supposed to be coming until Tuesday. Oh, Bonnie, you're so sweet. Bonnie says to give me a thumbs up, or maybe she gave me a thumbs up. So I'm going to remind all of you to give me a thumbs up. And you can subscribe to my channel right down here. If you happen to be new to my channel, this is the first time you're ever catching me, I hope you're enjoying yourself. I'm very happy that you're here, and you can subscribe to my channel right down here somewhere. I believe, sometimes not when I'm live, but after the fact. And then you can be notified when I go live, which is normally Thursdays at this same time. So normally I'm live Thursday evenings, 4 Pacific, 5 Mountain, 6 Central, 7 Eastern. So there you go. Okay. We got that basically done. Now we've got our layer of white. I have the large image from the stamp set. I've got some Memento ink here. The stamp is large, so I like to have it face up on my block. It's just easier for me that way. Then I can make sure I get it all nice and inky. And then we're just going to stamp it on this piece of white. Press down, make sure we get it all done. There we go. Put that off to the side, get the ink closed up, and we're going to do a little coloring on this. So what I'm going to use here is I have a Sahara Sand Stampin' Right marker. And then I have mint and Pale Papaya blends. And so I'm going to do the leaves in light mint. So we're going to do all the leaves. I'm not going to do everything on here just because I've already got it done and die cut, but I just kind of want to just show you my process of what, how I do it. So I'm going to color all of the leaves with my light blend first. And then there's like some little stem kind of areas on the flowers here. So we will get that also in the light mint. And there we go. And again, you guys, since these colors are retiring, things like blends and cardstock and ink refills are the things that are going to go quickly. So if you have mint macaron in your arsenal of colors and you do like it, I really recommend getting a refill and getting some cardstock. If you have blends or you don't have blends, go ahead and get some. If you have some, sometimes I like to get another set just because I feel like, the light one is the one I use the most and it typically goes dead the quickest. All right, so then we're going to bring in the dark and we're going to use the lines that Stampin' Up! Has already given us to add some accents. And now when this actually dries, it'll be slightly lighter than it appears right here, but it'll look pretty good. Okay, and then for the flowers, I'm going to use the dark papaya. And I'm going to do the entire flower in the dark with the exception of the center area here. So I'm kind of just going to go around that area with my dark and not color that in yet. Trying to stay in the lines, but when the thing is a little far away from your eyeballs, it's kind of hard. We'll just do our best because that's all we can do, right? Okay, so we have that. So we'll do one more. I'll do the same kind of thing, just kind of go around that center area because I want to come in and do that with my light Pale Papaya because I don't want the whole thing to be super dark. That to me would just look weird. Now, I'm not into the shading. I'm not that good at coloring. Sometimes, I get lucky and I can shade pretty good. But for this, it's a lot of area to cover and I didn't want to, take forever coloring it. Because I just, that's just not the jam I was going for. All right. So now we've added a little bit of lightness to the middle and then I'm going to bring my dark back in. And I think I'm going to put, there's like these little tiny circles in the center of this flower here, and I'm going to add some dark to that. And actually I have my piece already cut out and I didn't do it, so I'm going to come back in here and add the dark Pale Papaya dots to the middles of all the flowers. Okay, then my Sahara Sand marker, oh whoops, I want the other side. I am going to use this to color in these little, I don't even know what these are. Maybe pussy willows? I don't know. I don't even know what kind of flowers these are. And sometimes I wonder if, the concept artist, whoever designed this stamp set, maybe they just drew them freehand. Maybe they're not any sort of specific flower. I don't know. Okay, so then I would take that to my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I would die cut it out. Here we have it. I also die cut the same image out of Sahara Sand, and I'm going to layer these together because that's going to give us a little bit of shading around our flowers. But before we actually add them to the card, I'm going to stamp a couple of images on here for another stamp in the set. So I'm going to use this kind of bold stamp right here. and some mint macaron ink. And again, don't do what Barb does. Do what Barb says, not what Barb does. I should have done this on my white layer before now, but I forgot. So, but we're going to make it work because that's how we roll here. We just make stuff work. Okay, so I've got my little grid paper here. Now, these grid papers are retiring, you guys, because our Stamparatus is retiring, as you may have heard. And so the grid paper is going to retire also. If it doesn't sell out during the retirement period, it's going to go to an online only or online exclusive area of the website. So you can still order it until it's gone. But it's not going to like go away. Like most things, once they retire, they're gone, but this will stay in the store, and you can purchase it until it's sold out. So I'm going to stamp that off, and then I am going to stamp it onto my card, but I need another scratch paper because like I said, I should have done this already. Ugh. All right. It's going to be fine. It always is. Whenever I screw up, I always seem to make it work. It just drives me crazy that I screw it up in the first place. So there you go. Okay, so I just kind of wanted to add a little bit of greenery on there so that when I put my flower down, I have some greenery already on there, which I think is kind of cool. So I'm going to add this to my Sahara Sand die cut. Oh, goodness, I just dropped it. And there we go. We're going to add that to our piece that was cut out with the Sahara Sand. And like I said, we're going to kind of offset it a little bit so that we can get some like shading going on there. Okay. And there we have that. Beautiful. And I'm going to add that with some dimensionals. Oh, I only have mini ones now. Oh, I know what I can do. I can cut this. There we go. And we'll use a few of these little guys, these little pieces on this. And, oh, where did I cut those? Right here. I think that'll fit there. I think I need a skinnier one down here. Okay. Thank you, Courtney. She says this is a beautiful card. I know. I was very happy with this card when I got it done. In fact, I love this stamp set and these dies, you guys. I really, really do. I really got a great look at it when I was making my class. And there's just so many fun elements in the die set. And every image in the stamp set has a coordinating die. Plus, then you get other dies. So like this border strip here, which is so cool. I already did the inside of the card. So you can see we have this little like foliage piece, this mint macaron foliage piece. We have these two little flowers here. I mean, yeah, so much fun. So I do need to put some sentiments on here. So let me bring in, what am I looking for? Oh, my sentiments. One of the sentiments says thank you, and it's actually out of the same set that I used in the first card, the Celebrate You. It's just a very small little thank you, and I'm going to stamp it. Where's my scrap? Oh, here's a scrap right here. This is what I was looking for. This is a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to ink this up in Sahara Sand because I wanted it to be a little bit darker ink. Black was too dark. So I wanted it to be still a little dark. So we're going to go Sahara Sand. We're going to try to make it even here. Yay. And then thank you so much, Kathy. She shared the video. Yay. I love that. Thank you guys so much. That really helps me grow my channel, grow my business. You know, as you know, being a demonstrator is a lot of fun. It's very rewarding. This is actually my full-time job. And so, you know, anytime I can get somebody to, you know, share my video or, you know, tag me, you know, on Facebook in something that they've created that they were inspired by me. Anytime any of that happens, that's really helpful. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. All right, so I'm going to put the thank you down here. And I know I make a lot of thank you cards, but you know what? I seriously need a lot of thank you cards because I have a lot of people to thank all the time. Okay, so now I've got my little stamp from the plants stamp set. And I'm going to bring in a foam mat because this is photopolymer. and sometimes photopolymer. And you know what I'm going to do? This is a little trick that I do sometimes, you guys. I'm going to put my sentiment right here, and then I'm going to have my little area up top to work with to add my my written wishes. But I do like to do this sometimes, is to add my sentiment down here at the bottom where all my decoration is. I just think it looks kind of fun, kind of cool, different. You know, we don't have everything, doesn't have to be the same all the time. And so that's just a fun way to kind of just do something a little bit different. Add your sentiment in a different place, you know, just for fun. Okay, now we're going to add this to the inside. And then I don't even have any gems. Oh, yes, I do. I lied. They're right here. I didn't think I had gems, but I do. I don't have ribbon. That's what I'm not using is ribbon. I'm using some gems. So I just went with some subtle. I'm going to use these white ones. Opaque adhesive backed gems. Ooh, Courtney says, are you on Pinterest? I am on Pinterest. And Courtney, I'm trying to think if I'm Barb Stamps on Pinterest or if I'm Barb Mulligan, my actual name. I can't remember. I think it's Barb Stamps because when I set all that stuff up years ago, I was very much into, you know, using my business name for stuff. So I'm pretty sure it's Barb Stamps. Okay, so I'm going to add a few. And these little gems, there's not a whole lot to them, but they do catch the light. Whoops, I want that somewhere else. Can I get that off? Yes, I'm going to put it down here instead. There. Fun, fun, fun. And then we have our envelope, which I am going to do right now. I like to use liquid glue when I do my envelopes, and I try to get the glue as close to the fold line as I can. Not really thick, just a lot of glue, but not very thick glue, because you want to make sure that you get the whole thing covered. All right, let's get that right up to the fold line there. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and trim off the excess. And now I'm guilty of this. Every time I trim off the excess, I cut off some of the envelope. It just happens. I don't mean to. It just happens. But I feel like it doesn't matter because no one's going to know. I mean, no one's going to get this in the mail and look at it that closely and go, oh my word, she cut off some of the envelope. I just did though. There it is. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, the paper is perfect. The paper has so many different designs in it, you guys. If you haven't checked this out, which you probably have, but if you haven't, there's so many different designs, so many different things that you can do with this. This is the one that I chose right here. I also was looking at doing this one and using Pool Party instead of mint, but I wanted to use mint because I wanted to give it a last hurrah. You know, it's been good to me. It's been around for a long time and I've really enjoyed it. And so I wanted to give it another little hurrah to say goodbye. And Sahara Sand has never been a color that I grab all the time. And I don't know why that is. I think it's because it's kind of got some green undertones and I don't use a lot. I'm not really a green stamper all the time. And I think that might be why I never really gravitated towards it too much. So, yeah, I just wanted to give some things some love in case you guys are, you know, you got some money you want to spend, you got that tax return or something like that, and you need to spend it on something. I'm happy to take your money. There's no doubt about it. I'm happy to take your money. Okay. Let's move on to our last card, the one that I'm not sure about. But you guys can tell me what your thoughts are. Okay. So I'm going to use the Daisy Garden stamp, and this is also retiring. It is not on sale. Look what I did. Look at this gigantic note to myself. Circles are in here because I know myself too well and that I would be looking all over for the circles, and they're in here. So I had to put a little note on there to tell myself that, especially since I didn't get to go live last night and I'm going live tonight. I totally would have forgot they were in there. And what I mean by circles is I used masking paper to die cut 3 circles out of the layering circles dies, which, oh my gosh, you probably all have these. But if you don't, they're on the retiring list. They're not discounted, which kind of tells me that they probably don't have that many of them in stock. And so if you don't have them, they're a great thing to get. We've got scallops and what I call straight circles, which is probably not, doesn't make any sense at all, but not scalloped. And there's like 16 dies in here, 8 of each, and they're amazing. So I used the 3 smallest, got myself some masking paper circles, and they're in here. All right. So we are also going to be using the Fabulous Frames dies. These are also on sale. They're 40% off. Again, sale starts Tuesday. So I chose this large frame here, and I die cut it out of soft suede, which is another retiring color. And soft suede, okay, and pear pizzazz are 2 of my most favorite colors that I do use quite a bit. Soft suede is just such an amazing brown. I love it so much, and I do use it a lot. So this is what you kind of get, this fun detail. There we go. That's better. You can see the detail. It actually looks like a wooden frame, like you would buy in a store to put some artwork in. So that's kind of where my whole design process started, was with the daisy stamps and the frame. And then I thought, let's make it a technique and bring in some masking paper circles. So that's what we're going to do. So like I said, I die cut it out of the frame out of soft suede. I also die cut it out of white. And so I discarded the frame of the white and the inside of the soft suede, and we're going to put these 2 pieces together. Okay. I've already stamped the daisies on my piece of white. So I just kind of inked it up this much, and then I just stamped it right down onto my card. So it's ready to go. Okay. So the technique-y part of this is we are going to get the circles out of here. All right, so I have a few circles in here. Let's see if I can get these in the right spot. I'm going to put this about, I'm trying to look at my cheat sheet over here. I kind of want to make sure that I get things covered. I'm going to do something called the spotlighting technique. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover up some of the area, covering some of the flowers. And then I'm going to take my blending brush and I'm going to put a solid color down, which is going to be crumb cake. And then I'm going to remove my pieces here. And then we will color the insides of these circles. Oh, I don't like where that's at. We're going to change our mind because we can. And we're going to, I'll bring it over here. Okay, so that's what we've got going so far. So now I'm going to bring in my crumb cake ink. And a blending brush. And a scratch paper. And I also have a blank. I'm going to push my papers out of the way up there. Just a block. So I'm going to get some ink on my brush, and I'm going to kind of press it into my brush by getting some of the ink off onto this block. And so now I can just start adding my crumb cake ink around my circles. And you can see it's going down pretty good. And I don't want it to be super dark. I just kind of want it to be a little bit light so that it's not white. Okay, so I'm just going to keep doing this, and I'm going to use these circles to hold my thing into place so that I'm not getting the oils from my hands onto the white where it might remove some of the ink potentially, because I don't want that to happen. And so we are just going to keep blending here. Get that. Got to get up here at the top, and then over here. I need a little bit more. Again, we're still holding on to our circles, but we're just adding some crumb cake ink. Now, this is the card that I talked about at the beginning of the show that I'm not 100% sold on it. I like it. I don't love it, but we'll see. Maybe you guys will help me appreciate it, because it's cool. It's not that I hate it. I just don't love it. Okay, so you can see that we definitely have some crumb cake ink on there. We could probably add a little more down here. I think that's a little light. Maybe a little more around this circle. You want to make sure that your circles are defined. Okay, so that's one thing that when you're thinking, oh, do I have enough ink? You want to make sure that you have enough ink that your circles have gotten defined, so that when you remove the masking paper, see, you can totally see the circle. There's definitely, you can definitely tell that you've made a circle there. All right, so let's take this one off. And I try to be careful when I first cut these out. I usually stick them on my clothing to get some of the tackiness off, because if there's too much tackiness on, it can tear your paper when you take them off. All right, so that's what we have so far. Fun, fun, fun. So now we're going to color the images inside the circles, okay? Just inside the circles. So to do that, I am going to color the leaves are going to be dark pool party. Pool party's not retiring. So we can go ahead and color the leaves. And now you want to be careful because like you're coloring along and you might go outside the circle. Don't go outside the circle because then that totally takes the spotlighting technique off the table and you're not spotlighting anymore. You're just coloring. So we want to only color what's inside the circle. And if that means leaving part of this leaf out of the circle, then that's what we have to do. Okay. So up here, we've got this kind of part on this flower that would be green normally, but we're using Pool Party for our green. And then over here, we have a little bit of a leaf down here. And if you want, it might make it easier to actually do that define the line there. And then you won't go out of it. So we have this part of the leaf here. We have this flower stem. We have a tiny bit of this leaf over here on the side. And then we have the stem and kind of base of this. I don't know what this is. It's a poofy thing. Okay, so we've got that all done. Now we're going to take So Saffron. I'm going to take the dark, and my So Saffron marker is trashed. Not going to lie. The tip on this thing is really bad. But we're going to try our best to make it work because I don't have another one. And so we're just going to do what we can here to make the leaves. And I realize this is probably a daisy, and daisies don't have yellow flowers typically, but ours does. So I'm taking some creative liberty here, and I'm making my flowers whatever color I want because I can, right? And sometimes I feel like, you can make things any color you want. And that's just how it is. Okay, and I can see that I missed a stem there, so I'm going to come back and get my Pool Party marker and get the stem of that flower. And so here we've got to come right around the bottom here where the circle is. Again, we don't want to go outside the circle. You want to stay in the circle. So we'll just kind of do that. And hopefully if you're doing this, your marker is a little better than mine. Mine is, I think I let my daughter use it once and she wasn't as careful as, let's just say, I would be. Even though she's 20 years old, is what it is. So we're just still being careful, making sure we stay in the lines. I probably should have done some of this before because I don't know. Sometimes I feel like doing things like this for you as the watcher is boring, but maybe it's not. Okay, so I need to bring my Pool Party back in because I did miss this stem right here. Okay, so I think we've got all that done. And then I'm going to bring in soft suede, and this is dark, I think. Oh, this is light. I stand corrected. And I'm going to do the inside of the flowers here with the light soft suede marker. And then we'll be done. And then we can finish up the card. And hopefully you think it's not terrible. So that's what we have. So now we have spotlighted all of the areas of the image that are inside of the circles. So I hope you guys think that's kind of cool. I think it's kind of cool. All right, so I'm going to bring in my soft suede base, and I'm going to add my frame. Do I want to do it with dimensionals? I think I will. Oh, gosh, first I need to do my ribbon. So what I have here is this gold ribbon. This is retiring, and I forgot to see if it was on sale. So let me quickly grab my list. Embellishments. and we will see. What's the item code? 152156. Right here, gold shimmer ribbon. Ooh, it's going to be 20% off for $5.60. So if you don't have it, it's a really nice color. It looks really good with soft suede. So we're going to add this to we're going to have it go through the inside of the card and come out to the front of the card. And because we're going to cover this area up with my focal point, I can use tape and tape it down, and I don't have to tie it into a knot or anything because I can't do that very well. Okay, and then we'll just add a little bit of tape here to keep this in place. There we go. And then we're going to put the frame on, and of course you're going to go, oh my gosh, you can see the ribbon. I know, but we're going to put our other piece on. So let's go ahead and add this. I think I'm going to use a bunch of mini dimensionals because they're kind of small, and I think they'll work. I probably should have used our strips, or adhesive strips, but I didn't think about it. And adhesive strips are a little bit taller than these. So I can't do some of these and some of that because it will look weird. Okay, and we're almost done, and I've got a lot of mini dimensionals anyway, so it's not like I can't afford to use them. Edges of dimensionals would be a good thing to use on this type of a thing also. Wow, that's a lot. And you know what? I'm going to cheat. No, I guess I'm not. I changed I thought I wasn't going to actually take all the dimensionals off, but I feel like I do have to. Because if I don't, then it'll like bounce where there isn't any glue. Except now I'm going to have to be very careful and get it stuck down just in the proper spot. Ugh. I may have just created a big problem for myself. We'll see what happens. Who thinks I can do it? Comment in the comments if you think I can do it. If I can get it on straight. I don't have a whole lot of confidence. Okay, here we go. You guys are sweet. Oh. Okay, I know it's out of frame a little bit for you guys, but I got to be able to see what I'm doing. Ugh, because I don't want it to touch down too soon, because then I can't, oh, you know. Oh, you guys have such faith. Oh, I might have done it. You guys helped me. Yay. Okay, there it is. And then this, we're just going to drop right down in there because it's the perfect size, but I'm going to put glue on the back of it. So we'll add our glue on the back, and then we'll drop that right down in here because, like I said, it came right out of there on the white one. And we should be able to just push that down in there all the way around. And then we kind of have a cool, it's kind of cool. Okay, I also have a little bow that I tied with this same ribbon, and I'm going to stick it right up here with a glue dot. And then I don't have any gems. Oh my gosh, does anybody have any idea, like a suggestion what kind of gems I should use? I'm pretty sure I have everything that's currently in the catalog, either catalog right now. I should have everything because that's the kind of hoarder I am. I am going to trim the edge here. And this one also. And then we'll see if you guys have any good suggestions about what kind of gems I might be able to stick on here. Oh, that was terrible. Hold on. All right, this is going to call for my special scissors. I don't always bring these out because we don't sell them anymore, but dang it, they were the best. And so I need them. There. Okay. Let's see. Does anybody have any idea? Smooth droplets. I don't know what that means. Brushed metallic. Oh, some Wink of Stella. That might work, Bonnie. Oh, and Courtney says I should go buy a lottery ticket because I did do that. I probably should go buy a lottery ticket. Gold faceted sequins. Champagne rhinestones. I kind of don't feel like the champagne rhinestones are the right color. They're more like petal pinkish. But what do I have? Where's all my stuff? Okay, this is everything that's retiring. What do we got? We got all kinds of stuff. Ooh, what a dragonfly. How would a dragonfly look on here, you guys? I know it's silver, so it might not work. But and I don't even know where I would put it. Now I don't like that. Okay, pass. What else do I have? What else have you guys said? Champagne rhinestones. I didn't think I liked that. Pastel adhesive back sequins. Where are those? Those might have carried over, so I don't have those in this bucket. Ew. What about these in color opal rounds? Those almost look very similar to the yellow that I have on here. Let's try this. Okay. And where am I going to put them is the next question. So I figured out what I'm going to use, maybe. Where am I going to put them? I kind of feel like I got to be careful because you don't want to like take away from what's, already going on here. But, oh, I just left the little glue piece for this on my sheet. Come on, you little stinker. Maybe right here. Ugh, that did not work out so good. Okay. And then maybe another one down in here. I feel like we could maybe go 5 on this card because I mean I have some left, so why not? Maybe we should put some down in here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Does that look stupid? Somebody tell me the truth. Does that look dumb? I don't think it looks that dumb. I think it looks okay. Copper rhinestones. Butterfly. Oh, I could have put the butterflies on there. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. They're on there. I hope you like it. I like it. Oh, my inside piece. So for the inside piece, I just did the exact same thing, and we'll just add it to the inside. So let me get some glue here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget that I have my grab bag special. $75 order gets you a grab bag of goodies. Bigger order, bigger, more goodies. Please check out my class kit sale on my blog, barbstamps.com/shop. And see if there's anything that you can't live without. So there we go. Fun. Okay, let me bring in my other cards. Let's push all this junk out of the way. See what we got here. Okay, so we have that fun daisy card with the spotlight technique. Then we have the beautiful fresh cut flowers card. And then finally, our kind of fun and bright, I'm not sure how to put all these on here so we can see them all, sequins card. So there we have it all. Yay! Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much for coming here tonight with me. I'm so sorry that I had such issues last night. Of course, it was beyond my control. There was nothing I can do. And Lord knows I tried everything. Keep your fingers crossed that I get my passport in time because I really want to go to Norway with my daughter and Dina and her daughter and Kelly and her mom. So I hope we all get our passports. And I'll see you guys next week with hopefully some more fantastic projects. Okay, guys, have a great week, great weekend. If you've got crappy weather, stay safe, stay inside, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.